How's it going, YouTube? This obviously isn't ScrubMaster. This is Arbitorwolf, his friend. Uh, we're having some technical difficulties, so I'm doing a little test video to make sure everything's uploading right. So if you'll bear with it, I want to give it some some time to get footage and see what's going on with the uploading issue. Almost said downloading.
Yeah, that's different.
So, if you don't mind, I'm just going to randomly talk. And you're not going to understand a bit of it. Because you're not going to understand anything I'm saying. Quack. Moo. Blip, 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 blip. Squaw. Ow.
Hey, you told them they're not going to understand it, so make it a random.
Yeah, well, hitting me, they understand.
I mean, how were they supposed to know that I hit you? You could have just randomly said ow. You told him.
So, let's talk about physics.
Did I wake you up, Munchkin? I'm my fault.
Why are you awake?
I woke her up. My loud voice.
But yeah, like I said, if you guys can bear with me, I know this. I know the camera quality is that of a potato, but that just kind of adds to the scrubbiness. I want to give this video at least 10 minutes to try to get an upload to work. So,
You know what? Screw it.
you're just gonna eat the rest of the Edwards? That 5 hour energy didn't even do anything.
What?
That 5 hour energy didn't do anything. Damn it.
All mine. You had your chance. You gave the rest of what you had to me.
I know.
Dude!
Shove a
Dude.
cigarette in it.
Dude!
Give it some extra flavor.
Dude! Dude! Where's my car? Dude, what does my tattoo say? Sweet, what does mine say? Dude, what does mine say? I don't know. Just
I'm tired. Man, I gotta work at 3 tomorrow.
I mean, like, you could go to sleep whatever you want. I got my pie. But it's frozen.
Trying to eat your pie, God.
3.14. On and on and on and on.
3.141592657841239840021.
See, I told you, he's better at everything than I am.
I was stuck in a room where they had it written all along the wall.
And you got bored, and so you read it.
I read every one of them 4 times.
I mean, you did that a lot in Mr. Fleming's class. I mean, what are you going to do to my poor viewers? Meow. This is going to be the worst video ever created.
We might have to put a seizure warning on this now.
Yeah. I mean, like, here comes the hate comments.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Your audio sucks. Your video sucks.
Your audio sucks. Your visual sucks. You suck.
I mean, partially, that's the point. I suck at
Random
stuff.
facts. Here's a little fact. The planet's rotation is slowing down overall because of tidal forces between Earth and the Moon. Roughly every 100 years, the day gets about 1.4 milliseconds, or 1.4 thousandths of a second longer.
It will add a new meaning to leap year in the far future.
If you have 3 quarters, 4 dimes, and 4 pennies, you have $1.19. You also have the largest amount of money in coins without being able to make change for $1. The numbers 172 can be found on the back of the U.S. $5 bill and the bushes at the base of the Lincoln Memorial. President Kennedy was the fastest random speaker in the world with upwards of 350 words per minute. In the average lifetime, a person will walk the equivalent of 5 times around the equator. Odontophobia is the fear of teeth.
You're looking you in the mirror, smile.
The 57 on Heinz ketchup bottles represents the number of varieties of pickles the company once had. In the early days of the telephone, operators would pick up a call and use the phrase, "Well, are you there?" It wasn't until 1895 that someone suggested answering the phone with the phrase, "Number, please." The surface area of an average-sized brick is 79 centimeters squared. According to suicide statistics, Monday is the favorite day for self-destruction. I'm not surprised, because Monday is also the most boring day at work.
Yeah.
Cats sleep 16 to 18 hours per day.
I'm jealous.
The most common name in the world is Muhammad.
Yeah.
It is believed that Shakespeare was 46 around the time that the King James Version of the Bible was written. In Psalms 46, the 46th word from the first word is shake, and the 46th word from the last word is spear.
Excuse me.
Karaoke means empty orchestra in Japanese. The Eisenhower interstate system requires that 1 mile in every 5 must be straight. These straight sections are usable as airstrips in times of war or other emergencies. It's also the only reason they even have the bends every. Actually, I think it's a bend every mile for 3 miles before the straights, is so people won't fall asleep at the wheel.
That too.
The first contraceptive was crocodile dung, used by Egyptians in 2000 BC. If you don't know what contraceptive is, look it up. Rhode Island is the smallest state with the longest name. The official name used on all state documents is Rhode Island and Providence Plantations. When you die, your hair still grows for a couple of months. There are 2 credit cards for every person in the United States. I will have you know I have no credit card.
I have one.
Isaac Asimov is the only author to have a book in every Dewey Decimal category. The newspaper serving Frostbite Falls, Minnesota, the home of Rocky and Bullwinkle, is the Picayune Intelligence. It would take 11 Empire State Buildings stacked on top of one on top of the other to measure the Gulf of Mexico at its deepest point. The first person selected as the Time Magazine Man of the Year, Charles Lindbergh, in 1927. The most money ever paid for a cow in an auction was $1.3 million. Who the hell would spend that much on a cow?
Some beef lover.
And it took Leo Tolstoy 6 years to write War and Peace. The Neanderthal brain was bigger than yours is. On the new $100 bill, the time on the clock tower of Independence Hall is 4:10. Each of the suits on a deck of cards represents the four major pillars of the economy in the Middle Ages. Heart represented the church. Spade represented the military. Clubs represented agriculture, and diamonds represented the merchant class.
Yep.
The names of the two stone lions in front of the New York Public Library are Patience and Fortitude. They were named by then Mayor Fiorello LaGuardia. The main library at Indiana University sinks over an inch every year because when it was built, engineers failed to take into account the weight of all the books that would occupy the building. The sound of E.T. walking was made by someone squishing her hands in jelly. That had to be fun.
Another fun fact is that they actually found somebody to play as E.T. that size.
Mm-hmm. Lucy and Linus, who were brother and sister, had another little brother named Rerun. He sometimes played left field on Charlie Brown's baseball team, when he could find it.
True.
The pancreas produces insulin. Thank you.
Random fact.
1 in 5,000 North Atlantic lobsters are born bright blue.
Not like my hair.
There are 10 human body parts that are only 3 letters long. Eye, hip, arm, leg, ear, toe, jaw, rib, lip, and gum. And the most commonly used word ever is only 4.
Yeah.
Dick. A skunk's smell can be detected by a human a mile away. If you're me, you can detect it up to 5. The word lethologica describes the state of not being able to remember the word you want. How the fuck would I remember that word? I would literally have lethologica just trying to remember how to tell that to someone.
Yeah.
The King of Hearts is the only king without a mustache. Mustachio. Henry Ford produced the Model T only in black because the black paint available at the time was the fastest to dry. Mario of Super Mario Bros. Mario Bros. Fame appeared in the 1981 arcade game Donkey Kong. His original name was Jumpman, but was changed to Mario to honor the Nintendo of America's landlord Mario Segali. The 3 best-known Western names in China is Jesus Christ, Richard Nixon, and Elvis Presley. About every year, about 98% of the atoms in your body are replaced.
Cool.
Elephants are the only mammal that can't jump. Actually, they can. It's hard for them to jump.
Hard, yeah.
It's the weight. The international telephone dialing code for Antarctica is 672. World Tourist Day is observed on September 27th. Women are 37% more likely to go to a psychiatrist than men are because they are crazy. That's not what it said. This is my personal opinion. The human heart creates enough pressure to squirt blood 30 feet. Or 9 meters. Or whatever fucking system of measurement you use. I'm in America. Diet Coke was only invented in 1982. And they probably regret it. There are more than 1,700 references to gems and precious stones in the King James translation of the Bible. When snakes are born with 2 heads, they fight each other for food, even though it goes to the same place.
Yeah. But they got 2 separate heads, so 2 separate brains, both trying to...
American car horns beep in the tone of F. Because half the time when they're beeping that F, they're saying U.
Yep.
Turning a clock's hands counterclockwise while setting it is not necessarily harmful, it's only damaging when the timepiece contains a chiming mechanism. There are twice as many kangaroos in Australia as there are people. The kangaroo populace is estimated at about 40 million. Police dogs are trained to react to commands in a foreign language, commonly German, but more recently Hungarian. And that is actually so when they're attacking someone, the person can't yell stop and get them to let go. German is the easiest to remember because most people halt in past tense. It's halten. I think it's halt. I don't remember.
And you're the one that took German
Well,
1 and German 2.
I took honors German 3.
Even still.
I didn't get into AP. The Australian $5 to $100 notes are made of plastic. So that way you feel worse when you waste it. Also, by the way, fun fact, Canadian money is waterproof.
Damn.
And if you rip a $20 note a $20 bill up there in half, it is still legal tender, and it's worth $10. The average person makes about 1,140 telephone calls each year. Stressed is desserts spelled backwards. And race car is spelled backwards. And so is Taco Cat.
Taco Cat.
Mary Stuart became Queen of Scotland when she was only 6 days old. Charlie Brown's father was a barber. And yet Charlie Brown still had the worst haircut of everyone.
Yeah.
Flying from London to New York by Concorde, due to the time zone cross, you can arrive 2 hours before you leave. Dentists have recommended that a toothbrush be kept at least 6 feet, 2 meters away from a toilet to avoid airborne particles resulting from the flush. And yet everyone always has it set on the same side as the toilet. Because of it's just how it is. You burn more calories sleeping than you do watching TV. What?
Yeah.
A
You
lion's,
get taller when you sleep too.
a lion's roar can be heard from 5 miles away. Roar.
Well, yeah, that's mainly if the lion is facing you.
No, when you yell, the noise doesn't just go in front of you. It actually
It makes a cone,
yeah, but it
you
doesn't
hear
just
it
make a cone.
farther.
It goes this way, but it also wraps around because of the way that our vocal cords work.
That's humans, but with lions,
It's
a
the same.
little
It's
bit
the same
different.
basic concept.
The Mythbusters did it wrong.
I think. Anyway, the citrus soda 7-Up was created in 1929. 7 was selected because the original containers were 7 ounces. Up indicated the direction of the bubbles. No shit. Canadian researchers have found that Einstein's brain was 15% wider than normal. And yet his penis was 12% smaller. The average person spends about 2 years on the phone in a lifetime. Hey, I spent 3 years, thank you, because I don't have a life. The fifth product to have a it's supposed to be the first product. The first product to have a barcode was Wrigley's gum. The largest number of children born to one woman is recorded at 69. From 1725 to 1765, a Russian peasant woman gave birth to 16 sets of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 sets of quadruplets. Beatrix Potter created the first of her legendary Peter Rabbit children's stories in 1902. In ancient Rome, it was considered a sign of leadership to be born with a crooked nose. The word nerd was first coined by Dr. Seuss in If I Ran the Zoo. A 41-gun salute is a traditional salute to a royal birth in Great Britain. The bagpipe was originally made from the whole skin of a dead sheep. And yet next to no one knows how to play it. The roar that we hear when we place a seashell next to our ear is not the ocean, but rather the sound of blood surging through the veins in the ear. Any cup-shaped object placed over the ear produces the same effect. Revolvers cannot be silenced because of all the noisy gases which escape the cylinder gap at the rear of the barrel. Libres Museum has a mirror-plated Rolls-Royce jewel-encrusted capes and the largest rhinestone in the world, weighing 59 pounds and almost a foot in diameter. A car that shifts manually gets 2 miles per gallon of gas than a car with an automatic shift. Cats can hear ultrasound. Dueling is illegal in Paraguay as long as both parties are registered blood donors. The highest point in Pennsylvania is lower than the lowest point in Colorado. The United States has never lost a war in which mules were used. Children grow faster in the springtime. On average, there are 178 sesame seeds on each McDonald's Big Mac bun. Paul Revere rode on a horse that belonged to Deacon Larkin. The Baby Ruth candy bar was actually named after Grover Cleveland's baby daughter Ruth. Okay. That does it for random facts and bullshit for a test video. If it uploads, I apologize for wasting your time. Bye.